Rock dwellings in Brhlovce are located approximately 70 kilometers from Nové Zámky, in the Levice district in the south of central Slovakia. In the small Slovak village of Brhlovce there is a unique complex of rock dwellings, which has no equivalent in Slovakia. Houses, cellars and farm spaces are carved directly into soft volcanic rock called tuff. At first sight they look like caves, but in the past people commonly lived in them, stored food and hid from danger. The history of these dwellings dates back to the Middle Ages. It is assumed that the first spaces were created long before the Turkish invasions, but it was precisely during the Turkish raids in the 16th and 17th centuries that they became very important. Local inhabitants hid in them from attacks and protected their supplies and livestock there. The greatest expansion came in the 18th century. Italian stonemasons arrived in Brhlovce, working on the construction of the local manor house. The inhabitants learned stoneworking techniques from them and began to create larger and more complex spaces. Gradually, entire rock houses were created with rooms, cellars and corridors. It is interesting that many dwellings were created in former quarries. People first extracted stone for building houses and then used the empty spaces for living. Some rooms were even two-story and had small windows or wooden doors. Rock dwellings had very practical properties. In summer it was pleasantly cool in them and in winter they maintained a stable temperature. Therefore they were ideal for storing food, wine and vegetables. Some spaces are still used today. Today, Brhlovce is an important cultural monument and tourist attraction. Visitors can see authentic rooms carved into rock, old stonemasons' tools and the way of life of our ancestors. The rock dwellings are proof of the skill, ingenuity, and hard work of people who managed to turn ordinary rock into their home. If you have never seen a house carved directly into rock, Brhlovce will definitely surprise you. Come and discover a place where history connects with nature and where every stone tells its own story. Maybe it is right here that you will experience a trip you will not easily forget. Among other interesting facts is that the rock dwellings once served as natural protection against fire. Since the spaces were carved directly into rock, fire did not spread as quickly as in traditional wooden houses. In some parts of the dwellings there were small niches carved into the walls, which served as shelves for candles, containers or food. In this way, people were able to create fully functional living spaces even without modern materials. It is also interesting that the rooms were often connected by narrow corridors and secret passages. In times of danger, inhabitants could quickly move or hide. The Brhlovce rock dwellings are so exceptional that they have also appeared in films and documentaries about Slovak history and folk architecture. Many visitors compare this place to well-known rock cities abroad. The surroundings of Brhlovce are additionally covered with beautiful nature, vineyards and hiking trails, so a visit to the rock dwellings is often combined with trips and tasting of local wines.